Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. The first time my car exploded, I thought it was a fluke. Hey, cars blow up, right? But after a string of explosions that put my car in the shop for a month each time, I finally realized the truth. My car had a car bomb and would need serious work to repair. On my lap, I actually have a fluffy hamster, not just a regular-sized fluffy hamster, a mega fluffy hamster. This is a little dust mop. He was up and running around, and so I dug him out of his cage, and as you can see, he is mega floofy. That's his skirt, I think they call it, but he is a dust mop and a half, isn't he? Holy smokes, and he's only going to get fluffier as he gets older. So he is a cutie. And he's very, very well behaved, very, very nice little hamster. So I'm going to put him back so he can do what he wants to do. Here we go, little guy. Thank you. You're such a cutie, too. There we go. Yay. Normally they're asleep, but he's got his nest on the far side of the cage. And, well, his home. His nest is on the far side of his home. And his wheel is on that side of his home as well. He has a little piece of cardboard, though, that goes over the top of his nest, and it's gotten to the point that it sometimes moves into the area of the wheel, so the wheel can't move. So what I did was I got in there, moved the piece of cardboard so it wasn't in the wheel, and that, of course, woke him up. So he got up and he's been wandering around in irritation, and so I picked him up to show him off. Yay! Because he's a cutie. And it's raining outside. It was raining off and on yesterday, and then it sort of stopped for a while, misty and all that, but now it's just raining. So thumbs up for that. If I go walkies, which I need to do, I'm gonna have to use my umbrella. Hey, nothing wrong with that. It's just when it's not raining, you got to be careful with umbrellas. I've discovered with my own experience. You don't just want to grab, if it's one of those like nylon mesh ones, or the synthetic material, or even silk or such. If you have silk, I mean it's a silly material for an umbrella. But if it's one of those semi-permeable ones that relies on physics and such to keep it working, don't just grab the material like I did for a while, because your skin oils, they get into the mesh, and when they're in the mesh, that destroys the impermeability of it, and then the water just comes right through where your skin oils are. So you need to be careful. Yay. Past that, though, just another day. I didn't do much yesterday. I'm caught on the crux of a thing right now where I like making 3 videos a day because it fills up my time. I don't like making 3 videos a day because it fills up my time. I like not having too much free time, because if I have too much free time, then I feel very dissatisfied with life and very empty, and just my life feels broken and alone, and it's not good. Too much free time can be bad. I mean, my depression is largely untreated on a chemical basis, though I am going to therapy to treat it work on it this way. And hey, our brains are plastic, so that helps. But I do have that biochemical component, and that part's untreated right now. So thumbs up for that. Can't remember where I was going with that. That's the fibromyalgia part of life, which the other day I got to find out more. I mean, I used to know more, but one of the things about fibromyalgia is memory issues, and so I've forgotten about the components of what makes fibromyalgia. I mean, I had thought for a time that it was some kind of autoimmune thing, but apparently it's not. So I need to check up on it again, find out, just for my own edification, because it's awful. I mean, it's painful, it hurts, it's fatiguing, it's weakening, fibro fog blows. So thumbs up. There are certain spots and things they look at to see if it's fibro versus other stuff. I mean, there's sore spots. They're hot spots you get on your chest and other parts around your body. And yeah, those are always fun. Just thought I'd mention. I can't remember all the full things on it, but there's hot spots here, hot spots on your arm, hot spots on your back, and other things like that. And they'll check you. And if you got owies in those areas, that's, hey, good indicator. Thumbs up for that. Still though, life is life. And I have been thinking on my story work, even though I did not go walkies yesterday. I had mentioned yesterday how I want to try and keep my body stressed, and that I want to get soft enough that when I do go exercising, it's a stress to get me back up to where I was, but I don't want to get so soft that I lose. I mentioned I want to kind of go like this, where lose a little bit, push myself back up, lose a little bit, push myself back up. So yesterday I didn't go walkies, partially on that, hey, let's relax a bit so that the next time I go, it's a push. And partly because I'm finding it more difficult just to get out, and actually go walkies. Not from a physical component, but from a mental component. Even last night when I didn't go walkies, there was no real reason that I was doing it. I wasn't playing games and being full of doing something that way and didn't want to be stopped. I wasn't writing a story and didn't want the creative flow to be broken. I wasn't watching videos that were fascinating me and didn't want to stop learning. No, I was uncomfortable and bored and my legs hurt, and going out walkies would have been good, and I just didn't want to do it. And so I didn't. And that kind of worries me, because that can push and get strong enough that I stop exercising altogether. I mean, I've got the paranoia of not wanting to die and the paranoia of the crease in my ear to tell me to keep my heart healthy, so that's always going to happen. And that's never going to stop, and hopefully that'll be enough to keep me pushing. Because hokey smokes, I mean, I know my personality. I gotta really be on top of things, or I let them go. As a minor thing, way back in the late 80s, I started work at this one nursing home and then ended up quitting there to go work at a different one. And then I worked there for 10 years before I quit because of my alcoholism, came back, was then fired, and then they tore the place down. So how about that? So in the early 90s, I went there and started working with a bunch of the people there, and I got turned on to a bunch of the music that they listened to. I really like the group Butthole Surfers. They are, if you've never heard of them, they actually are, because they still exist as a group, even though they haven't put out an album for 16 years. All the group members are still alive. But way back then, I mean, they did such albums as, they've never been popular, and they actually had 2 radio hits. One of them that they were appalled with and didn't really like, but they still did it as a charity thing for Kid Rock, who wrote the song, part of the song for them. And then the other one was just, I don't even know how or why they managed to make it into the radio. Oh yeah, it was Nirvana. Because Kurt Cobain of Nirvana really liked the Butthole Surfers, and so pushed them wherever he went. And that helped drive them up and above. But they were happy just being a wild, crazy, nut bar psychedelic group. Literally a nut bar psychedelic group, where the main singer would like take off his clothes and just be naked while taking lots of drugs, and then they'd just play their songs. I love their albums like Locust Abortion Technician, and then there's Rembrandt Pussy Horse. 2 of my favorite albums of theirs. They would sample other things and play them weirdly while adding their own things to them. They would take things that weren't actual music and then make them music. There's one song I really like where there's the sound of a guy vomiting into a bucket. And it works! Musically, it fits perfectly for the song. It works! If you didn't have the guy puking into the bucket, the song wouldn't work. So they were a wild and crazy group. And even the song of theirs that got onto the radio, which was called Pepper on their album Electric Larryland, is bizarre. It makes no sense all the way through it. It talks about, sort of, it talks about people who want to die in Texas. And, it's like this person dies, this person doesn't die, this thing happens to this person, and all these people wanted to do this. But the chorus doesn't fit with any of that, and in the end it's just sort of a half-mumbled, half-meandering wander through. What? And while it wasn't as crazy and wild as their earlier stuff, yeah, Butthole Surfers for the win. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I can't remember which songs are which on which album, but Locust Abortion Technician and Rembrandt Pussy Horse are two of them. Look them up on like YouTube or whatever if you're even halfway curious. Check them out. Good stuff. But one of the things that did freak me about that is watching the video on that is way back when I was like 30 working at this nursing home, they were young too. And now it's 2019, I'm 57. I didn't think about it because who really does? You think about the people that you know like that when you first met them. So in the video when they said now the members of the band are all over 60. And it's like, because they showed a picture of them. And yeah, they weren't in their 30s anymore. They had the stringy turkey neck of being in their 60s. Mortality. Well, we all have to let our corpse flowers grow and mature. Thumbs up for that. So I've just been thinking of story ideas and such like that. I write. You've heard and read some of my goofy stuff that I've done. Most of my life I've done really goofy, silly things, just bizarre, like the Abraham Lincoln stuff. My voice kind of changed, and then I tried to be very, very serious. Air puffing through here again. Very serious. My tone changed very seriously. Very seriously into a very serious tone. That's better English. Whereas what I was still writing about wasn't all that serious. And so I've got that disparate tone that right now at 57 I'm still fighting with, where it's way too serious for the subject matter, but I don't want to get too light and fluffy or else it's just bad. Now the reason I put it that way is there's the one writer, James Pattison. He used to write real books. Now he just pumps out books with ghostwriters. And instead of stories, full things, they're like novel outlines. And then his ghostwriters just slightly puff out the outline and then publish those as the book. It's like, no, I don't want to be like that. But neither do I want the thick, dense books where they're just hard to slog through because of the writing. I love the books, the Gormenghast books by Mervyn Peake. The first and second books of the trilogy, because he died before he could write more. He was going to make it an ongoing series, but with his health, he died. But the first two books, I've loved the language, and that was so dense. You would have to slowly crawl through the paragraphs with the densely packed imagery and words, and the entire effect was so oppressive. It was like a thick blanket poured on top of you, just holding you down under this oppressive tone. It was awesome. But while I like that, I don't really want to do that. So I'm still trying to find my voice because I lost my voice. And now I need to find it again. And that does kind of blow. But it's something you got to do. Thumbs up for that. And hey, I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Am I going to have 20 to 25 people that I can thank for having left me a comment? Only one way to find out, and that's to go through and start thanking people. But I'm going to hopefully hit 20 to 25 people to thank. And it is arranged because even though I count American Sign Language, with my depression, fibro, and more, I'm lucky I can remember that my name is not. Hopefully I've got the thing coming up here, Rutherford P. Farquhar. Hopefully I did that, otherwise I just ruined that whole setup there. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff I say, but I'm not going to say it right now because I'm just tired of saying that sort of thing. I need a change. So, strictly 90s. Do I play Bard's Tale 4? Actually, yes I do, but I can't record it, oddly enough. I tried, and my recording software doesn't work. I don't know why. But thank you very, very much. And Dakota Real, greatly appreciated. Alara, thumbs up and thank you. Killicam Gaming, greatly appreciated. Percy Phelps, thumbs up and thank you. Monamodi Chabalala, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. And Ice Damon, greatly appreciated. Casey P, thumbs up and thank you. Confused Owl, ya, and thank you. AK247, greatly appreciated. Kathy Kisscat, thumbs up. Adreno Polendromius. I have no clue if I pronounced that properly. Hopefully I did. Thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated. Zipplement, thank you. Kaiser Viking, greatly appreciated. Spencer G, greatly appreciated. Zombo, thumbs up and thank you. Excuse me. Panic Cashew 3006. I like that name. That's a good one. And Colin Reisenauer, greatly appreciated. I tried to watch your Try Not to Laugh Challenge Hot Shots Part 2, but it was blocked on copyright grounds, so I didn't get to see it, unfortunately. Bailey Snyder, greatly appreciated. Paladin Walliam, thumbs up and thank you. I Will Miss You Though, greatly appreciated. Dylan Cook, thumbs up and thank you. Plent, I like the name. And then, and greatly appreciated, last but not least, Deku Games. Thumbs up and thank you all. Greatly appreciated. I actually had over 25 people leaving me comments. Thank you all so very, very much. It is appreciated. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and that is a very good thing. Thank you so very, very much. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. If you wanted to help support me but didn't want to contribute to one of those two foundations, I also have a PayPal link down below. If you wanted to send me money in that fashion, that would be awesome. If you didn't want to send money but still wanted to help support me, I have an Amazon wish list down there where it has things like cat food, hamster food, silly things, non-silly things. If you wanted to check that out and give it a look through, that would be very, very awesome. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. That's a heck of a lot of just wild gesturing, isn't it? And again, you know, for the new people, it's only because I had severed my, well, not only because, but one of the reasons is I had severed my radial nerve, and so my hand did not work for like 2 years. Now, after a couple years of it actually having healed, which it does, nerves grow back, it's nice just to move it. I like the feeling. And so I put my hands into shapes and then I mirror them because I like symmetry. So thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, I have this video, in case you didn't notice. I have another video that I need to edit and render. I have a video that I need to record, edit, and render. So definitely things coming up. Hey, what do you say? So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing. Have the best day you possibly can.